November 1st. Good morning. November 1st, and I've had no sleep because instead of cats cuddling up and staying warm, they all decided it was super crazy playtime all night long. And I have a bunch of foster cats. I have 3 of my own plus a dog, and currently I have so many foster cats and kittens that I'm not quite sure of the number. I'd have to sit there and count on my fingers real quick and think about it to know, because they were a bunch of abandoned boatyard cats with the sale of a yard that I came into. So I'm on no sleep, you can tell. We also had a cold front come in, which was really interesting on a boat. I wrote a little piece about it and posted on my Facebook, my little random ramblings. And it's cold outside, so I'm a little layered up all of a sudden. But it's actually warm in here. It's pretty toasty in here. I don't even have the heaters on right now. I do have some random pet heating pads around for the cats, and they've all got warmth. And I kicked on one of the little heaters this morning just to bite the cold a little bit. But so November 1st, and this year I am doing NaNoWriMo month. I don't even know, after so many years of participating in this, if I'm quite saying that correctly. So it's November novel write in a month thing, right? Okay, so I should probably do this. This would be part of this month. I haven't done this in years. I participated for my first month, like pretty much going into writing full time. I started with Nano, and I had dabbled in a little bit sometime prior and didn't finish something, and then I kind of used it as a boost here and there throughout, once or twice. But I didn't finish nano type stuff, and I didn't really keep up with it. So community-wise, I always thought I would really get into the community a lot. I did 1 year with some kids. I worked with some middle schoolers on a project. And I'd love to do some more of that, honestly. Community and writing through traumas, and writing through life, and memoir, and essay, and working with teens and whatnot, women through prison systems and stuff. But so this year we decided to do a little nano push last minute, very last minute. Since that decision, also a lot of other stuff happened that will also take my time in writing. Because I write full time, I write several things within the same timing and the same in the month, and so this won't be my only thing, and some of that revolves around current events. Currently, we have Gaza and whatnot happening. So I have, my mind is extra on, other things. And so it's not like I only have this time to dedicate, but this will be video 1, day 1, and I opened a page and I called it Nano 23, and that's kind of where I stand so far. So where's my Nano community number 1? Who really has done this before, or dabbled in it? Who is dedicated? Who are my dedicated people? Who are those stragglers, and who are the really organized nanoers, I guess, you'd say. Get at me. I can use you. I need you in my community, my circle. But I do have an idea, and I decided to go really off the wall with this one. I think actually I did in the middle. So I did dabble somewhat in the last handful of years, because I started in the middle with it, which was a novel based off a true story situation in Kentucky. But this one, I'm always told or asked if, or assumed that I write romance, of course. And I've never written anything romantic, to save my soul. And you know, with the boating, I'm always getting jokes about being this pirate and this boater and this sailor, even though I'm not a sailboat. And I am on an old boat, old trawler. And a lot of people will make comments about me writing romance on the seas, and some of the jokes, books out of, and stories out of some of the jokes I'll make. Like I say that the god Thor, had his spring break in Clearwater Beach, Florida, and because all of the guys that are from there and work on like the fishing boats, or they're divers in the area, and they will clean your boats inside and out on bottoms, bottom work, fix your boats, all that kind of thing. They are like these surfer young body types, golden. They are golden guys, and long golden locks. Nobody has straight hair there. It's all locks. A lot of time in salt water do that to you. And they're just all built, and they look like gods. They all look related, and I did find some of them were related. In fact, 2 of them were twins. So it happened. It was funny. So I was at these docks that had just so many of these guys, and I always made these jokes and stuff. So I've mentioned it a couple of times. And people are like, "Oh, you should write about these things, you know, make a romance novel about these things." So I decided, knowing nothing about romance novels, I do not read no romance novels. I did as a kid, because I would read all my mom's stuff. I read anything I could get my hands on. I read things I shouldn't have read, and probably tainted me for my adulthood dating life. But I decided I wanted to use this Nano to step outside my box, because that's been a big thing this year. And what would be weird and experimental and off the wall for me? Writing a romance novel. And here I am, you know, I got broken up with this year. I dated another guy for a short time, which was a fucking disaster. And I learned a lot about being back in the dating scene this year, and frankly not wanting anything to do with it. And now I have a lot of cats, so you know, I'm on my boat with a lot of cats, and I'm 42, and I just turned 42 this in October. And so here's the holidays and the cold weather, and honestly I'm enjoying my time alone, on my own, in a way I never have before. I'm a Libra. Libras do relationships, you know, and we're known for that kind of thing, and that's always been me. You know, it's hard for me to not be in a relationship. It's hard for me to stay out of relationship. I don't know what my hair is doing, and I don't like it. So in this time, for the very first time, I'm really enjoying this, and it's been as long separated as the little short weird relationship I had this year lasted, pretty much. And it's actually a little longer, single now, altogether. And there's only one other time that I remained so single in my life, and honestly my head even then was wrapped around a particular guy, and I was kind of single-ish. So, you know, I've just never been really in this place. I'm 42, you know, and since I was like 16. So it's the weirdest time for me to do this, but and it's funny too, because I'm not thinking about it, being single and being on my own on holidays and cold weather and snuggling weather, you know. You would think I'd be thinking about it more. I'm actually thinking about it less. I'm really enjoying that my evenings are make a cup of tea and have my shower first. After my dog walk, I have my shower. All my pets are taken care of. I make my cup of tea, and I shift my day to relax mode. And I get in bed and I read with my tea with cats and pets and my dog, and I'm cuddled on my, you know, on a boat. And I'm loving my life. Like, I love this. Like, I don't have to answer to anybody. I know my hair looks like shit, but I don't have to answer to anybody for it. And let me tell you how much that's a thought in my head, because that has been a thing in my life. I can do it like what I want. I can breathe. I can eat when I want. I can eat what I want, you know. And I just don't have somebody else to think about, which is like amazing. I mean, I love it. Like, I love kind of taking care of. I'm a nurturer. I take care of other people. That's fine. Excuse me for a second. My coffee's getting cold. I mean, maybe that's taken care of by the cats care right now, because there's a lot of them, a lot of kittens, a lot of rescues I just took in. So maybe that's why I'm not needing to nurture and take care of a man. So I'm really like enjoying my time and not thinking about it. So it was kind of weird in this conversation I ended up having, and this is how this came about, that romance novel was going to be my nano project, when I am in my least romance space in life. And we'll talk more on that, but I'm going to stop that part there. So we're going to talk about that for a minute. So we're going to talk about the novel, a nano project. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do out of the box, you know, different type of thing. I haven't read a romance novel since my teens, my early teens. So I should have been preparing for this, but like I said, it was last minute decision, and I did not have, that time. Yes, I had never sleep last night. This is what you get. So I haven't watched a romantic movie really, although I love romantic movies. I do actually watch romantic movies, little cute love stories. I love those. But I haven't read romance. I know there's different types of romance novels, like contemporary and whatnot, and I don't even know what they are. So literally my first step today was, Scrivener, and Google Docs. I use both. I back up on that, and I have a couple other little spots that I use. And I set that up. Nano 23. That's as far as I got. There's a folder. That's where I'm at. And then my next step was to Google different types of romance novels. That's where I'm at. Because I could just dive in and get really weird. And I think I am mainly going to dive in and just write shit in my head. You know, the little gods of sons of Thor that from his spring break shenanigans in Clearwater Beach, Florida. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I know that what I want to do is going to be romance at sea. That's the line I got. That's it. That's all I got. Romance at sea. And it might be like the shore. It might not be in the sea. It might not be that, but it's going to involve a boat. We'll involve a boat. We'll involve, I am a straight woman, so I am going to write a straight couple, from my perspective type of thing. I'm going to write from a woman's side of the story, actually, at sea. I guess that's a little bit of a different part, because I'm the woman at sea, and so, you know, there's that. Makes life easy, right? And then I've got in a moment where I'm like not thinking about the man I want and and I guess I have put some thought into that there in this year. That there is truth to that. There is actually untruth to not thinking about the man I want, because I have. So, but I guess I've probably put the little romance part out. Gotta say, I put the sexual part maybe a little bit out. Just for the last few months. But so I have a lot of cats, trust me. It's funny. I have a neighbor who's from Austria, and the other day, a sailor, and he's like, oh, so nobody's coming over to your boat tonight, you know. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks, you know. But you know, let me start types of romance novels. Got a folder, and we're gonna go from there and see what Nano does. That's what I got. That's what I got.